Alright people, Catfish Dave here. It's June, it's hot. I am working the lower section of reservoir with the theory that the lower section heats up first in the spring, allowing temperatures for spawning, and so it should be the first one for the fish to be coming off the nest. That's what I'm hoping. We're gonna find out. All I know is it's hot, and I'm gonna give it a go because I need catfish for the Catfish Dave show. I'm gonna set a course with my Minn Kota iPilot, which will set a course up to 2 miles. I'm gonna set one up to about a mile. I'm on a hard river bend on the lower part of the reservoir, and we're gonna start out to 60. We're gonna work our way down into 80. And I'm gonna be pretty close to the ledge and just ride it all the way down, and then I'll hit a few buttons on my remote here, and this trolling motor will bring me back up that course I set all the way back to this spot, which will be home because this is where I'm putting my boat up at. Hopefully we get a cat that's fat. I don't think I'll see none of that because it's the dag blasted month of June. I set a course mainly on the channel ledge. There was a couple spots I went right through the center of some holes, zigzagged around. Let's see what happens, work our way back. One problem I will have is trying to keep my camera running in this heat. Anything over 80 degrees it wants to shut her down. Hopefully we get some kind of breeze that kicks on and off. Make me be able to stay out here a little longer. No breeze. That's what I was afraid of. 80 something degrees right now, gonna get hotter. That's gonna shut my camera down probably if I don't get some kind of breeze going here. Usually it's windy when I fish. I'm gonna have to put something over this camera. It's gonna overheat, man. You'll hear a lot of YouTubers talking about their cameras overheating in the summer. They make outdoor cameras with a black cover which absorbs the heat, and they run hot anyway. It's about the stupidest thing I ever heard of. Laying a board so I could spread baits into a wider area besides the boat. Fish are hard enough to get in today's pressured fishing lakes. Got to increase your odds. I'm gonna have to set something over this camera and keep this sun off it. I may have to leave the camera shut off until I get a fish on. I hope not. Usually it's an 80-mile-an-hour wind every time I fish. But I guess when it gets real hot, all that stops. Either way, I'm gonna try to put this over here, block some of the sun. I got this sunblock for my face, but every time I've tried it, I start sweating. That stuff gets in my eyes and burns my eyes for like 10 hours. And the last time I done it, man, I thought I had some kind of cold or flu going on, because not only was this one eye burning real bad, but my nose just poured and poured. So I wonder if I don't have some type of allergic reaction to it. So I guess we're not going to use that no more because I was miserable last time I did. We'll put this on. It'll mess my hair up. We're either hung or that's a fish. That's a fish. Hooked up. Not a bad fish either. Not a bad fish. Come on, fishy. Come on, fishy, fishy, fishy. Ugh. Woo-hoo! Ah. Old fat fish. Woo! There it is, people. I caught a catfish in the dag blasted month of June. Not too bad a one either. Looks a little beat up in the head area from where it's been spawning. Yes, sir. Yeah. Old small fish, but I'll take it this time of year. This one's got leeches all over it. Woo-wee! It's hotter than a hoochie coochie out here. I'm gonna make another attempt at putting this hat back on. It's gotten so hot my remote screen ain't working. I wanted to adjust the speed on this thing even faster. Boy, that ain't good. I'm gonna bump the speed up a little bit. I'm gonna put this thing down in my cooler. See if I can't cool it off. I hope it's just because of the heat and that this thing ain't taking a dive on me. I'll set it in there with the skipjack. See if that don't cool it off. I hate trying to get through this summer, boy. Aha! It was the heat. I put it down in that ice. Now I can see it. It says my camera temperature has risen. I'm gonna shut it down for a bit. All right, y'all, I had to ride that boat to cool the camera off. When you gotta keep your remote in your bait cooler, it's hot. Put a hat back over this. We're now in the 90s. I'm probably gonna have to leave the camera shut off until I get a takedown on the rod. That's just the unfortunate part of trying to make a video in this kind of heat. I like to show takedowns and bites, but this time of year, it just ain't gonna allow it. All right, y'all, since we're riding closer to this ledge, I'm gonna add a couple suspended rods. Typically, I don't like to suspend right below the boat if it's shallow, because this boat does spook fish. But we're starting out in 60 and moving on deeper, so we should be deep enough. I'm not worried about that. So I'll drop a couple suspended baits. Body section one side and a head on the other side. Probably slow down my speed a little bit since I am suspending. I'm running 0.7 now. I'll go back to 0.5. Man, it's hot. I'm gonna put this in my cooler. And I'm gonna go ahead and shut this off. When we get a takedown, I'll turn it back on. That's all I can do. It ain't gonna run more than 10 minutes or so out in this heat. There's an old beat up ugly summer fish. Suspended rod. I'll let him go ahead and have that body section. I've seen an increase in bites once we got into the 70-foot range. Even the skipjack are skinny this time of year. Done drop their eggs. These suspended rods, I'm just dropping it down until it hits the bottom and giving it about a turn and a half back up on the reel. Planer board, planer board, planer board, planer board. I believe that fish is on there. I believe he's just small. I turned him around and got him going straight towards the boat. I'll drop this down, reel him on in. Old fish making a mess of things. Here's another one with leeches all over it. You can see them up under the chin. Another skinny post-spawn fish. Out here in the summer heat. For those that don't know, this is a dragging setup. That's a dragging sinker. Designed to go over stuff without getting hung up. They can get hung up, but just not as easy. All this stuff is a combination of flotation and a rattling effect. That part works better when I go faster than what I'm going now. I'm only going this slow because I've got these suspended baits out. It's hard to suspend a bait going fast because it just picks the bait up. Wait till it hits the bottom. We're in 70 foot, so it's going to take a while. There it goes, just hit the bottom. Have a little extra line besides that, and then I'm going to put that planer board on. This is a Bear's planer board. It's one of the better ones you can find. There's also a company called Spread'em planer boards, which I haven't tried yet, but I've heard good things about. The more line I let out, the farther that bait will spread out. They're not spreading super wide because I'm going so slow. I'm not giving them enough current to really spread. Now I'll turn my camera back off so it don't have a heat stroke. I missed a couple fish trying to fool with that camera. Turn it on, turn it off. Either way, that's the second best fish today. This one ain't as ugly as some of them other ones. Either way, another fish on a hot summer day. Hotter than a hoochie coochie. Most of the action is on this side of the boat. That's the side that the ledge is on. And they're obviously running closer to the ledge, so there ain't no breeze, but plenty of waves from boats running around out here. That green rod in the center, we're gonna have to change the bait out on it. It ain't got hit since we've been here, so. Well, by God, it just got bit. That old headpiece finally got nailed. I was wondering if that rod was going to catch a fish. Healthier fish compared to some of them others. Yeah. Out here in the summer heat. All right, y'all, I think my trolling motor overheated. It won't run. It's showing it's on. I heard it beep and click off. I believe I got small fish stuck on 2 of these rods. We'll go ahead and get these fish in, and I'll see if I can figure out what's wrong with my trolling motor. It is not running. Come on in. That one come off. chaos out here. I hope I didn't burn that trolling motor up out here in this heat. My camera's overheating. My trolling motor's overheating. Everything's overheating but these fish. I'm gonna cut the power off this trolling motor on the power shut-off switch. See if when I turn it back on, it don't fix it. If not, we're going to the house. It's mid-90s out here. I got it running again. Could be like a safety shut off when it gets hot, I don't know. All right, y'all, I'm gonna ride this boat around in a second, cool this camera down, cool me down. And then we'll fish just a little bit more. Then I'm getting out of here. I feel like a Thanksgiving turkey on about 425 or whatever you cook them things at. That's what I feel like. The camera needs a hat too. Of course, it's still overheating, but we'll do what we can do. All right, y'all, this is my last run, and then I'm getting out of this summer fun, going back to the house where it's cool. Same setup, 3 dragging, 2 suspended, a foot or 2 off the bottom. Of course, as I'm heading down, I'm getting deeper, so I have to keep checking those suspended baits and dropping them down. The dragging baits, of course, they're dragging. I don't have to check them at all. Woo-wee! It's hotter than a hoochie coochie. Another too hot to fish, summertime catfish. Dag blasted fish won't let me finish my sardines. He's all beat up. Hotter than a hoochie coochie. Yeah. The bigger fish seem to be hitting the dragging rods. The smaller bite after bite seems to be hitting the suspended rods. That's just the way it is today. Either way, it's too dag blasted hot out here. The camera light is blinking. It's fixing to shut off. Like I say, the little dinky ones. Oh, he's got my other rig over there. We're gonna have a mess. We're gonna have a mess. It's hotter than a hoochie coochie. Woo! All right, y'all, I've had enough of this summer heat. There's literally no breeze out here at all in the 90s, so I caught fish, man. I did what I knew early in the spring, around March. We were kind of getting some abnormally warm water here in the lower parts of the reservoirs. I started seeing signs of nesting fish way back in March, all the way at the bottom end of our reservoirs. We didn't reach spawning temperatures right below the dams until a little after June. I'm just going to let him chew on that. But there's a big difference in water temperature in the length of a reservoir. And water temperature is what decides when fish go on the nest. I knew they went on the nest first here. When I seen things getting bad below the dam, I took a couple weeks off and said, okay, when I start back, I'm going to start down here on the bottom end where I knew they went on the nest first, and that's where they're going to be coming off the nest first. That's what I done, baked in the sun. Some people would call it fun. I'm just going to call it getting it done, because I needed a fish on video. I need to get back to the ramp and make sure my catalytic converter's still on my truck. Either way, this is a video. There was fish in the video. That makes it a fishing video. This is Catfish Dave with another one, signing out. Y'all, I'm trying to get out of here before I have a heat stroke. And these fish are just sticking to my hooks. Yeah. Another hotter than a hoochie coochie catfish. Woo!